Hello, my name is Janine from South Africa, from the lovely Afrikaans ministry uiteindelikhoop.com. Please make yourself a lekker cup of coffee or tea and join me in my living room for our coffee visit. Last week, I listened to what Adina shared on Love at Last about when do I give up from living the abundant life, and Erin's comment that I just have to share again, that giving up is her favorite thing to do, because then her heavenly husband is right there to pick it up, fix it, and unravel it. As I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, we as women always try to keep everything together. And the best word we can sometimes describe it with is we fix everything, or we try to. We want to try to fix our marriages that is falling apart. We want to fix ourselves because we compare ourselves to the world standards. I also made that mistake, and I overdid it so much that I can't even look at a diet product today, which is probably a good thing because I have given up and surrendered even my weight to the Lord. And even our poor children have to meet certain standards sometimes. And if they don't, we also try to fix that. And it reminds me of when my son was in primary school, and shame, he was still so small, and I had put his whole wall full of Afrikaans spelling words to help him just to remember the spelling words. And remember, it's my son that had a stroke before he was born, which I talk about in my previous coffee chats. So when I heard he had to go to a special school, it was such a big shock to me at first, with of course many tears, until I just gave up and surrendered it to the Lord. And it's with the surrender that we can rest in the Lord. South African schools wrote exams a few weeks ago, and so I tried to help my son, who is now in high school, with his learning subjects. He failed a certain subject the previous term, and the teacher said that if he fails again, he will have to choose another subject. The school let them write the specific subject in 2 question papers. I helped my son to learn for the first paper by summarizing it and even making it in different colors. And in my mind, I had already seen how he was going to get over 80%. But about a week later, the teacher let him know that he was going to have to think about which subject he was going to choose, because unfortunately he failed the first question paper. And yes, I had to give up again and surrender it to the Lord. So with his second paper, we agreed and prayed that the Lord will help him. I did nothing, because I have to admit it was somewhat more giving up than surrendering. And guess what? It was the question paper he passed. Just another proof that the Lord is in control. He wants to be in control, and He knows precisely what to do. Last week, my child received his report, and he had passed all his subjects. And that hasn't happened in a long time. And I want to praise my darling, my child's heavenly Father. And maybe you're a mother whose child had failed. You've got a marriage that is falling apart. Or maybe you're a woman who is so discouraged about everything around you, including your weight. Then I want to tell you, stop with a very big exclamation mark. Give up and surrender to the Lord. I don't know about you, but trying to fix everything leaves me more exhausted. But I think the Lord looks at us with such a big smile and says, Sure, just keep going. I will wait until you give up and surrender to me. It reminds me of the Bible verse about Jesus and Martha and Mary. At the home of Martha and Mary, as Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary who sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me. Martha, Martha, the Lord answered, you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. Thank you so much for making the time to listen to me. Please visit the Afrikaans Ministry at eindelijkhoop.com for daily encouragement. Thank you. Until the next time.